everyone, and welcome to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Tom Heath Field is our home this weekend, a three-game series between the league best Utah Talons and the hometown Oklahoma City Spark. Both of these teams fighting for postseason position with just 11 days remaining in the regular season. Very special guest in the booth this evening, the 8-time national championship head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, Patty Gasso. I am Chucky Kemp. Coach, late in the season here, both of these teams jockeying for position in the postseason. What is it at this point that will separate them from the rest?
Toughness. Your body needs to be ready. You need to have good habits like a pro. Be a pro. That's who's going to end up winning this game. What a great, great matchup. Some
exceptional talent on both of these teams. One of them you are very familiar with, and that is Jada Coleman, who will be in center field for Utah tonight.
She is good. She's exciting. Excited to watch her in the pro situation here.
One of her teammates this summer for Team USA. On the other side of this, the leader in batting average in the AUSL is Maya Brady. What stands out about her game?
She is good at everything. She's got a great, strong body, great swing, runs well. I've gotten a chance to work with her a bit and really seeing her grow. She is really, really having a great season.
Another Maya for the Spark that will play a big role tonight in a very important series is the rookie out of Belmont, Maya Johnson. The left-hander has carried a lot of the workload for a very young staff at the beginning before they got everybody back. She is 3-4 on the year with a 4.36 ERA, and we are set to go here in Oklahoma City. That is ball one inside to Jada Coleman, who leads it off. A 4.44 average for Jada, who missed a little bit of time this year with injury. But when she has been on the field, she has been unbelievable. She's been super clutch. What did you enjoy most about when you got to coach her at Oklahoma?
You know, she's got a great eye for the ball and she creates walks. She finds ways to beat balls out. A great leadoff. Always looking for help, always taking a breath, always really playing that pro game. She's learned it.
Showed you Jada and Maya at the beginning. It was actually those two kind of switching positions. Maya Brady was the first pick in the expansion draft for Oklahoma City, and their general manager, Kirk Walker. I don't think their head coach, Amber Flores, had any issues with that. And then Jada Coleman was the first selection for Utah in the allocation draft to fill that void left by Maya Brady. 3-2 count to start things off in the lefty-lefty matchup with Coleman and Maya Johnson. Coleman into center. Back goes Bubba Nichols-Camarena and makes a nice over-the-shoulder grab in center field for the first out of the game.
Hey, you can get really fired up over that count. The ball that was hit hard to the wall, but even more what Bubba did for her team with a great over-the-shoulder catch. That would have easily been a double. So big play by Bubba to start this game.
This is such an important series, maybe more so for Oklahoma City. Utah is closing in on clinching a spot in the postseason, but the Spark are trying to catch up as Jadlyn Alchin to right, and it's gone. First pitch she sees, and Jadlyn Alchin delivers her third home run of the season to put the Talons on top.
Heard a little bit from her coach about her routine and how she's routine-based and always at optional hitting. It pays off, putting in that extra work.
Jadlyn Alchin has had an excellent couple years with the Utah Talons, was out of the reserve athlete pool last year, but Lisa Fernandez made her a permanent member of this roster in the allocation draft this year, and it's paid off. Has been one of their most consistent bats.
I'll tell you, too, it's one thing to start the game with a run on the board, and that's a great way to get your team started.
This has just been an unbelievably consistent franchise in just 2 years as Jordan Woolery, the Bruins rookie, pops it up for out number 2. So Woolery in the 3 spot, behind her another rookie out of Arkansas, Kaylee Wyckoff. Bree Ellis in the 5 spot, having an excellent sophomore campaign. We've already seen Alchin, who continued her hot season with her 3rd home run of the year.
I'm familiar with Wyckoff from Arkansas. She really played a great right field, but more than that, her offense was clutch always.
Kaylee's been a great addition to this team. Got picked up early in the year. Has played a lot of first base for them. She's in the DP spot tonight, hitting .293. She's on a 7-game reach base streak. Played for Courtney Deifel at Arkansas. Also worked with one of your sons, DJ Gasso, now the head coach at Tulsa.
Yes. Hopefully she liked working with him. It looks like it's paid off for her, though. She's a big-time player. And hitting fourth, which is really something as a freshman, so to speak, coming into the pro league.
Two count. There appears to be a timeout on the field. Maya Johnson was looking to the dugout for just a moment. It's about 97 degrees at first pitch, which is actually a little bit cooler than it was about an hour ago.
That's nothing for the state of Oklahoma. We're used to that.
You're tougher than I am. I'm a Midwest guy too, but I can't get used to the upper 90s. Another 3-2 count. Third time Johnson's been in a 3-2 count. And a foul ball from Wyckoff.
It's a great battle. Love it with 3-2. Just really making Johnson throw a lot of pitches early in the game. That's what you want.
Maya Johnson, the 3rd overall pick in the college draft. Out of Belmont, an incredible story. The first ever mid-major player to be drafted. A little bit of an up and down rookie campaign. She's just had so much on her plate, kind of leading this staff. The last 2 outings, 8 2/3, just 2 earned runs and 7 strikeouts.
I think everybody was excited to see her come into the pros because it's hard to watch her during the season. She's really shown why she's here.
Wyckoff pops it up. There is Jessie Warren for out number 3 in the inning. But it is Utah on the board first. 1-0. Jadlyn Alchin with a solo shot to start things off for the Talons. 1-0 Talons after the top of the first inning. That one swing off the bat of Jadlyn Alchin, her 3rd home run of the year. And now Oklahoma City a chance to answer against one of the best in the business. This is the lineup they send to the plate, led off by Maya Brady. They've got one of the best trios in the league. Brady, Romero, and then Delaney Wiz in the 4 spot. Sydney Romero, 3 home runs in the last 5 games. She might be playing the best ball of her life right now.
She is. She's been with a trainer. She's talked to me a little bit about getting stronger and playing her best softball right now.
Maya Brady leads things off. Georgina Korick, who is the reigning AUSL Pitcher of the Year from last season, is right back to work this year, having an unbelievable second year with the Talons, a 2-0 record, a .88 ERA, 24 innings pitched despite just returning from Japan a couple weeks ago. I don't think there's anybody in this league, maybe in the world, that plays more softball than Georgina Korick. Plays in Australia, plays in Mexico a little bit, Japan, and the United States. Even found a little time to do some coaching this year as well.
Heard she was a field rat. That's coming from her coach, that she could spot the ball on a dime. So I'm anxious to watch her in person. I've never played against her, so I'm anxious to see this.
Georgina's actually going to go in a couple days. She will fly off to be with Great Britain. They'll be playing in Peru. She'll be gone for about a week before returning just before the AUSL postseason. I think it was Cindy Ball Malone, combination of her words and Georgina's, calling her style a little bit boring at times, because Georgina says, I don't throw 70 miles an hour, but it's that location that's so pinpoint that makes her so elite. Just missing the 1-2 count to Maya Brady, and you've got to be pinpoint against her, because if you miss, she always makes you pay.
Yeah, Maya covers the plate very, very well in that leadoff.
Just outside. 3-2 count for Brady, showing Sydney Romero plenty of pitches in the on-deck circle. Maya had a 10-game hit streak to start the year, but she left that 11th game early and only got one at bat, missed 4 games after that, and has since returned and has a hit in every game since returning.
Yeah, it just seems like there's injuries everywhere, and that's the important part, is just trying to keep your body fresh.
We did see Maya out in the outfield in pregame batting practice, running down some fly balls, so that's a good sign. She is not in center field tonight. I think Amber Flores, their head coach, and your former player at Oklahoma, is hopeful to see Maya back in the outfield soon.
I feel like I've coached everybody that's here in the stadium, actually. It's been a great reunion, even with players that did not play for me, but I'm really proud of Amber and what she's been doing for the Spark.
Yeah, it's hard to keep you on track pregame, because as soon as we went down to the field, everyone wanted to come over. Yeah, I don't think anybody said hi to me, Coach, down there. It was all you.
I think it's my hair today. They
That's
really
right.
liked my hairdo today, so whatever works.
Brady takes strike 3. There's that location from Corick right on the inside corner for the first out of the inning.
That's a tough pitch right there. Not looking for that inside. That's that getting in on the hands, and really Maya trying to extend.
Now Sid Romero swinging first pitch and skies it into foul territory. There is Alchin and a quick second out.
I think Sid would want that back, but I love her aggressiveness. I like hitters that come up and know what they're looking for and swing early in the count. So just missed, but I think Sid would want that one back.
8 hits in the last 5 games, 3 home runs for Sydney Romero. Just an incredible tear she's been on. Sydney McKinney now, back-to-back Sids in the lineup. McKinney came back just a couple weeks ago from Japan, so still somewhat limited action for her, but already 11 hits on the year, hitting .423.
Yep, Sydney McKinney was a thorn in the Sooners' side. Anytime we played Wichita State, she knew how to find defense against us. Incredible
speed, a .451 career average at Wichita State. She's from Norburn, Missouri. It's quickly become one of the most consistent bats in the AUSL. Played for the Bandits last year, one of 3 Chicago Bandits that are now on this Oklahoma City team. This is out to left. Alchin is under it, and it's a 1-2-3 start for the reigning AUSL Pitcher of the Year, Georgina Corick. Utah up 1-0 after 1 inning. Well, Patty Gasso in the booth tonight. Lonnie Alameda also joining in the booth this weekend with Eric Collins. Some familiar faces on the field for you, of course. Jada Coleman, Sid Romero, and many others that you got to coach here just down the road.
That first thing I noticed is how much thinner I was back then. But Jada Coleman, Sid Romero, these are all elite athletes, and names and faces that are all over the walls in our locker room and down our hallway. So we celebrate them every day. They've been some of our best.
Sid Romero just recently promoted to associate head coach with another one of your connections, Missy Lombardi at Oregon.
A great decision for both Missy and for Sid. That's going to be a game changer.
Maya Johnson falling behind 2-0 to the leadoff. Bree Ellis having an excellent sophomore campaign as a pro. .433 average, 4 home runs. 2 of those came in the first 3 games of the season. Another one recently came off Carlin Pickens in a walk-off in Utah's final home game of the year. That was one of the things when we talked to Cindy Ball Malone yesterday that she echoed a lot, was how much she loved playing at their field in Utah and the fans that they got to support them in this first season with home venues as Ellis walks.
Yeah, you know, she talked a lot about all the venues that are in the AUSL, but specifically the Talon fans. This is a shout out to the Talon fans. She talked about new traditions that were there, the great caulking. I don't want to make the sound. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know exactly how to do it, but the fans have taken over Utah, and that's great, great, great for this game.
I think the Falcon caw is right up your alley. I'd love to see you in the stands chanting that.
I will if I know how to do it. Maybe you need to teach me at the next break, and then I'll get it figured out.
Quick visit from Amber Flores to Maya Johnson. That might have been more of a, not sure that was a conversation, if not just helping Maya with something.
Right. I think just slowing the game down a little bit too for her.
It's a lot on the line for Oklahoma City, currently in the 5th spot in the standings, but just 3.5 games out of a playoff position. Utah currently at the very top, 13-5, best record in the league in back-to-back years. Charlize Palacios takes strike one. 1-1 count to the Talons catcher, and one of their 5 protects for Lisa Fernandez before the expansion draft. As you look at the standings, top 3 spots go to College Station for the AUSL playoffs.
You know, it's really interesting to watch the numbers between the Spark and the Talons, very similar offensively. The difference maker has been the pitching.
Charlize left side foul ball. Talons with the best pitching staff in the league. Oklahoma City tied for, or excuse me, 6th in ERA. They have the best defense in the league, but their pitching staff just been interesting. They had 5 rookies to start the year before 3 of their players got back from Japan. Hard hit ground ball, chance for 2 for this great defense, and they roll a pair. Sid Romero and Sydney Sherrill up the middle, and there's 2 away.
I remember Sid Romero making those easy. She loved to play defense. And Sydney Sherrill from Florida State has always been a player that I've really enjoyed watching. Very quick turn, clutch for your pitcher who looked like she might have been getting in a little bit of trouble.
Amber Flores putting Sydney Romero at shortstop from the very start of this season. She has rewarded her with an unbelievable defensive year. Not to mention how great she's been offensively, but Sid Romero just 1 error at shortstop all year. Fielding percentage right in the mid-980s.
Yeah, it's different when you're playing on dirt, I must say. So I give Sid, it's nice to play at home on turf because there's so much bad hops. But she'll tell you on turf there is bad hops, so I'll leave it at that.
What would you, as far as coaching that, if you were on turf versus dirt, what would be the main difference that you would give to your infielders on maybe a ground ball?
It's not going to usually take a hop. You just kind of stay low with it. Don't anticipate something jumping up at you because they usually stay pretty flat and sometimes a little bit slower. It kind of depends. You might have to charge. So just kind of depends, what they're reading, but it's a little bit easier.
Jaquish back to Romero, right on cue. Sid continues her excellent defense. And it's an unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Maya Johnson and company. Absolutely lights out in her complete game win over Carolina as Delaney Wiz grounds out on the first one.
Yeah, I really like the aggressiveness, but the goal is that we're trying to find a runner to get on here early in the game, try to get back on the board.
4 up, 4 down until that pitch right there. Amari Harper will reach. Had a great final college season at Oregon. That's the 8th time she has been hit by a pitch this year. Leads the Oklahoma City Spark.
Now I talked to Amber Flores a little bit about Amari Harper, and I asked her who was the biggest surprise on your team, and she said Amari Harper, just because she was better than she thought she would be as a rookie.
Amari has played with one of her other teammates at Oregon this year a little bit, Lindsey Grine, who is part of this Oklahoma City team on a couple different occasions. But Amari hitting over .315 on the year. On base percentage almost .470.
I got to take a little credit for Amari Harper because I coached her mother my first year at OU back in, let's see, when was it? 1996, I think.
Have you forgotten your first year at Oklahoma?
Why am I even bringing that up? That does not make sense. That does not help me at all. Tell anyone how old I am.
Amari's mom, Carrie, played a couple years at Oklahoma.
Yes, she was a phenomenally feisty shortstop, just a really outstanding player. So I'm not surprised that Amari is doing what she's doing here in the pros.
She's got good speed at first base. This is not a team that runs a lot because they have such great power. Sherrill flies this out to Jada Coleman, and there's 2 outs.
Sherrill just didn't get her swing off there. The foul ball before that, she really had her swing on point. So it's just timing this up, but that's what we've heard about Coric, is that she really, really spots the ball well.
That's an outstanding changeup. That last pitch that got Sherrill was at 56 miles per hour. Here is Jessie Warren, longtime pro. One of the best third basemen of her generation.
I think we all remember that play that she made at Florida State. It'll live in history.
Way out in front, but hit that a mile. You're talking about the one coming down the third baseline at the Women's College World Series.
Yeah, that bunt that she laid out, dove for, double play. Big moment in the World Series game that Florida State ended up winning, I believe.
Coric gets the outside corner. Warren disagrees, but it's another strikeout for Georgina Coric, her second of the night, and that finishes off the second inning. 1-0, Utah leads the way. That was presented by LabCorp, the official consumer health testing partner of the AUSL. Maya Johnson, an incredible story out of Belmont now in her rookie campaign. And we saw it this year as a senior at Belmont, what she did against Power 4 opponents when they played them. We're seeing it again at the pro level, having an excellent rookie campaign, but just continues to show that she belongs on the biggest stage.
Absolutely. What a great motivational story for anybody who has any kind of conditions to fight through it. But watching that golden ticket, I think, is probably one of the coolest things that AUSL has come up with.
Well, you got to see a couple of those the last 2 years, Sam Landry, and then this year, Ilana Agbayani's. Hannah Flippin drills this to left field, and it's gone.
What a great swing, waiting for a certain pitch. Looked like she was ready for it. Hannah Flippin's called the ultimate leader. What a way to get the team started as the leadoff.
That is her first home run of the season and extends a hit streak to now 5.
That is surprising because she has good power. So what a great time for Flippin to get moving offensively with the power.
That is a line shot from Hannah Flippin. Still playing at the top of her game. A 10th year pro now to Bonita, California. Played her college ball at Utah. Got to go back and play at Dumpke Family Stadium in front of Amy Hogue and all the Utah fans that I think she was the favorite on that team.
Easily. And Cindy Ball calls her the glue of her team as well, which is very important in this day and age to have somebody who wants to be that for a team.
Yeah, she said everyone will tell you the pitchers are the leader of this group as Aaliyah Andrews puts down a bunt. That's a really nice defensive play by Wiz.
With Andrews' speed, that looked like trouble, but what a great job by Wiz to get there. And that's a tough play for a pitcher to go up left-handed and try to throw her out. So way to charge that. It's a great job charging that ball.
Back to the top of the order for Jada Coleman, who flew out to center field her first time up. Watches ball 1 low. Cindy Ball Malone coaching in the AUSL for the first year, replacing Howard Dobson, who did an excellent job last year leading Utah to the first ever AUSL championship. You've done it now as far as the Team USA goes, still the active national team head coach. What is the difference for you coaching kind of the professional level, the different ages as they get out of college versus coaching at Oklahoma?
I think the maturity and the ability to do things on your own. Amber Flores kept saying, pro's a pro. And what that means is I don't need anyone to tell me what to do. I come out, I hit early at optional hitting, I take extra ground balls, I get to bed early, I eat the right things. I think, looking out here, you could pretty much feel the pro setting out here. It's very mature.
Coleman just got around on that and hits it off the wall in foul territory. 2-2 count. There's plenty of Team USA members on the field tonight. Maya Brady, Jada Coleman, Montana Fouts, who we are all looking at. This has got to be tough because we've seen the list, we've seen who's in the pool, who's on both teams, but that has to be a really tough selection for you and your staff.
It's a thankless job. It's a wonderful job in that way, but just you want them all, and I don't want to ever disappoint anybody, but really no one's safe. I think that's the best way to say it. Nobody is safe. No one's made the team. If you're on the first team, the second team, or you're on the outside trying to get in, it's still possible. But no one is safe, and I want every player to know that. That should drive you if I'm saying something like that.
3-2 pitch, and Coleman goes down swinging. Nice location from Maya Johnson for the second out of the inning.
Jada Coleman is going to be very, very mad after this game, regardless of the outcome, because she is such a competitor.
Johnson trying to go 1-2-3 after the solo shot from Hannah Flippen. Alchin swings through that first pitch. Alchin lifts it into left field. Over goes Sydney McKinney. We've seen her in the outfield more often this year. She makes the out, and that'll do it for the third. A pair of solo home runs for Utah is the difference. It was Alchin earlier. It is Flippen this time. A line shot, and she knew it off the bat. 2-zip Utah in OKC. So there's some of the awards that you will see announced at the end of the year. Defensive Player of the Year, one of them, a Rawlings Gold Glove. One Rawlings Gold Glove will be awarded to a player in the league this year. Last year, Hannah Flippen was the Defensive Player of the Year. This year, some of the front runners, it seems like Alyssa Brito, Sid Romero. I feel like we haven't talked about her in that category, but she's only made one error at shortstop all year long for the best defense in the league in Oklahoma City.
I would want that award. That's one. I don't care about the offense. I want the defense. And so for a Sooner to find that would be kind of cool. But there's so many great defensive players out here. To me, I believe defense wins championships, even in softball. So I'm a fan of it.
We've seen the Gold Glove Award now at the college level. We saw it once upon a time. I want to say the first woman to ever win the Rawlings Gold Glove was actually A.J. Andrews back in the National Pro Fast Pitch days. Her sister Aaliyah right now out in right field. Been doing it a long time as well. Leah.
I do believe Sid will be in that running.
Sid Romero has recently announced that her sister Sierra will be retiring at the end of the season. I was just looking back today at Sierra Romero. When did we first hear that name? Back in 2013, when she burst onto the scene for Carol Hutchins as the Big Ten Player of the Year as a true freshman at Michigan.
You know, we played them, and Sid was a freshman, and Sierra, I think, was a senior. And we were at the World Series, and the winner goes on, the loser goes home. It was an emotional game for the parents, for the sisters, and for the coaches. So it was fun because we won.
That's right. I was waiting to hear that part of that story. That's right.
But it was really great to see the two of them and the respect they have for each other. I know Sid has looked up to Sierra in the softball career for a long time.
Bubba still out in front, 3-2 count. Oklahoma City, the good news is those 2 home runs, both solo shots. This is well within reach. No one has hit more home runs in the league than Oklahoma City this year, 25 of them. They have the second best batting average. The problem is Georgina Korik's ERA is under 1 for the year. And once she gets going, it is hard to get her out of a groove.
Yeah, she's just jamming Bubba in, and you can see her pinpoint. That's what Cindy Ball talked about, is how good she is with location.
Bubba into center field. Coleman ranges over to make the catch, 1 out. Tomorrow, the AUSL season continues. The Carolina Blaze heading to Texas to take on the Texas Volts at 7 Eastern. Catch it on ESPNU and watch every pitch on the ESPN app. Carolina with that heartbreaking loss in Portland last night, so a travel day today, and they are back to work tomorrow in Texas.
I want to applaud the crowd out here. It's a nice crowd on a 100-degree weather day to come out and watch some softball.
That is popped up and caught by Charlize Palacios. That was a really interesting matchup there for Georgina Korik against Sarah Gordon, because Gordon actually played early in the year for Utah. She was out of the reserve athlete pool, actually filling the void left by Charlize Palacios when she was hurt. And then Gordon now with Oklahoma City, so knows a little bit about this pitching staff because she caught most of them.
It doesn't seem fair, but it's the way it works. That's a good location, good changeup to start against Maya, who might be hunting that first pitch.
Brady fouls it back and is quickly behind in the count, 0-2.
This is working so fast for me, because in college we have the 22nd, and I know here in the Pro League you got 15, and you have to keep looking up because you're going to miss the pitch. That's how fast it's coming. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't.
It stresses you out a little bit, right?
Very much so. You can feel that here in the booth, probably. Like, I can't keep up with things, but I like the quickness of it. I mean, it keeps fans engaged as well.
Brady to left field and carrying, that is gone. Maya Brady, for the 7th time this season, matching the league leaders in home runs. She gets Oklahoma City on the board.
She was able to get extended on that. Exactly, going with the pitch, using all fields if necessary. What a good hard shot to get back in the game.
Leads them in home runs. She's second in RBIs for Oklahoma City behind Sid Romero, and she's done all of this out of the leadoff spot all year long.
Another change in, just trying to go after those who like to swing at the first pitch, but Sid will be hunting.
1-0, Romero gets around too quickly on it and fouls it out of play. Maya Brady, Sid Romero, and Delaney Wiz entering this game, combining to hit .395, 17 home runs, 11 doubles, and 46 RBIs. That is one of the best trios in the AUSL.
Great job by Korik, just staying in on Sid, setting her up with the 2-strike count.
One-two from Korik, goes away from it, and Bree Ellis stays down on the ground ball for out number 3. Maya Brady and Oklahoma City finally on the scoreboard in the 3rd. It is her 7th home run of the season, one of the best in the world right now. Sydney Romero has full faith that you have no bias and you're going to have a great game. Don't you love that confidence from her?
She has no. She knows I'm still in charge of her, even though she's been out of OU for a while.
Did you think she'd be a coach?
She's real chill, and but she also has these competitive juices. So I wasn't sure, but I think she's found it and really loves it. So I'm excited for her players. The players get to play under her.
There was a great moment last week between Sid Romero and Amari Harper, who at the moment is in right field, but she was in left field at the time. It was a pop-up to left field, and Sid kind of used the communication they used at Oregon with Amari. We had her mic'd up at the time, but there's just so many great connections with some of these players who are coaching and also playing, and then getting to run into some of the players they're coaching.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
3-0 to Jordan Woolery. Maya Johnson gets strike one to the very dangerous rookie out of UCLA. 36 home runs, 117 RBIs for Jordan Woolery as a senior with the Bruins this year, and she walks to lead off the fourth. What was the secret to this offensive explosion we saw really across the country, but for you at Oklahoma, also out in Hollywood at UCLA, what was the secret?
To be honest, it's strength. A
sack bunt here from Wyckoff to move Woolery into scoring position.
I think it's strength. I think it's bats and the way that they're made. And I think JT has a lot to do with it. And JT Gasso, our hitting coach. And I think the strike zone, to be honest, had a little something to do with it.
You mentioned the pitch clock as one of the changes between the college and pro games. Strike zone a little bit different as well. Technically, they are really just supposed to be calling the zone as it is written, but the one place it is different is it is bigger up. It is a full ball higher at the pro level than it is at the college level, and I think fans and everyone who's watched this summer see a different zone. Absolutely. And I think for the most part they like it.
I think so. I do. I think so. It's hard to be an umpire. I bless them for wanting to do this job because it's kind of thankless, but at the same time they put a lot of work into it. So I think umpires deserve a little more respect sometimes than they get, but I like the open zone for the pro league. I know it's not easy, but once you get used to it, I think you know what to expect.
That's what we've seen from hitters, is they have adjusted as it's gone on. We've heard that from hitters in the league. Megan Grant, one of the great rookies in the league, talked about that, just adjusting to the strike zone the first couple weeks of the season. I think we've seen that from the veterans as well.
Yeah, Woolery and Grant chasing home run records individually, and as a team it was fun to have one player in it with Kendall Wells, but the two on the same team, that's quite something.
Almost saw 3 players break the original record this year between Kendall Wells, Megan Grant, and Jordan Woolery. 2 of them reached it. Woolery fell just below Laura Espinosa's 37 number that was set about 30 years ago. Ground ball left side, diving stop from Romero, and Woolery got into a little bit of trouble but is able to get back to second base. Sid Romero makes sure there is no sacrifice fly opportunity here with 1 out.
That was a big play by Sid. It's important to make that play, not that the runner would be able to score, but just having a chance to potentially throw that runner out at third. That was a good play.
Jesse Warren got a little excited to try and get Woolery, knew they had her hung out to dry. Rachel Becker is going to run over at first base for Bree Ellis. So some speed at first behind Woolery at second, and Charlize Palacios at the plate, who grounded into a double play her first trip up.
Yeah, big opportunity here for Palacios to open this game up.
Charlize trying to extend a 5-game hit streak. And rips this to right center field. She'll do just that, off the wall and bounces away. Becker ended up holding up at second, so Charlize retreats to first. And Woolery is able to score. 3-1 now, Utah.
Clutch, clutch when you need it. That's what you need from just another young freshman, so-called freshman hitter. I didn't mean freshman hitter.
I think it works.
Oh, well, she's not a freshman hitter. I was kind of sitting back on Woolery, but that was clutch when they needed it. Now, the thing is, they only scored 1 run, so this game is still in reach. Lots of time left, but important that Johnson finds a way to get some outs, keep the ball on the dirt or the ground infield turf.
First time we did a game here, Amanda Scarborough had to remind me this was, in fact, turf. It looks like dirt, just the tint of the turf, especially on the infield. It's so interesting. Utah, all these teams for the most part, just 2 years of existence. They just got put together a little over a year ago. Utah wins the inaugural AUSL championship, but it just feels like there's an established culture of winning. Even though there's a lot of new faces on this team, they just fit in so well. Cindy Ball-Malone will talk so highly of the leadership of this team. Montana Fouts is one that she speaks really highly with. Says that when they got new players on the team, she instantly said, give me their phone number. Let me call them. Let me talk to them. I think that's an interesting role as a pitcher. You don't always hear pitchers as the big-time leaders on teams. Have you had that experience?
Not much. Montana Fouts has gone to another level, and I think everyone watching knows that. She's changed. Her mental mindset is different. Her approach is different. Her preparation is different. And it doesn't surprise me because she has really come out of her shell and been much more personable around USA softball and so forth. So I'm excited for her future because she definitely has stepped over a hurdle and is kind of in a league of her own right now.
Montana will get the ball in Game 3 on Sunday. Megan Faremo will get the start tomorrow for Utah. That is just a nightmare of a 3-game series starting lineup. 1-2 pitch to Savannah Jaquish with still just 1 out in the inning and 2 on. Jaquish swings through it. A nasty pitch from Maya Johnson.
It's a good moving curveball right there. And you've got Flippin hitting in the 8 spot, which is interesting because that's a tough out down at the bottom of the lineup, her and Andrews. So I like the setup here.
It's one of the things Cindy Ball-Malone talked to us about. They've got kind of this spark plug at the bottom with Flippin and Andrews to turn it over to the top with something to work with. You get a lot of those in the Pro League with the density of talent and big names, and you think, hold on, Hannah Flippin in the 8-hole. What's going on here?
Well, she led them off with a home run, so you can't take a break on the mound. You've got to really be sharp with what you're doing throughout the lineup.
Johnson just missing, 2-1 count now. Hannah Flippin earlier in the 3rd. It was just a line shot into the bleachers in left field. Her first of the year, which it is. It's hard to believe. Hannah swings through that. It was another home run caliber swing, and it's 2-2.
It's a good screwball coming at her. Big pitch.
Swing and a miss. Johnson fired up after back-to-back strikeouts. Yet again, limiting the damage to just 1 run. Maya Johnson, her 3rd strikeout of the night. Through 4 innings, she has given up 3, but needs a little offense here in OKC. Well, Amber Flores said she knew Amari Harper was a really good player, but has been surprised even at what she's done and said she's been a great person, great human being, great locker room presence for this team in her rookie year.
A lot of rookies have that same kind of idea attached to them. The rookies are really taking over this pro league. One of the coolest things I've seen is the golden ticket moment. And we saw it with Sam Landry. Her family was there. Very emotional for the parents. Ilana Agbayani was shocked. But our players around her are more excited than she is. So it is fun. It's really fun and memorable.
I thought Ilana had one of the best reactions of anybody, so clearly did not know that was coming. There's a great shot of her and her dad celebrating afterward. Her dad, Benny, of course, played in the MLB.
They had to come in from Hawaii.
It's off Corrick's glove. Becker not going to be able to get the speedy Sydney McKinney. It'll likely go down as an infield single for McKinney to lead off the 4th inning. This could be a big one for Oklahoma City with their opportunities waning just a little bit here at about the midway point in this game.
Although she didn't get the out, that was a really good play. That was a tough play, late reaction off the glove of Corrick, but Becker made a nice attempt.
Becker at second now. Woolery has moved from 3rd to 1st, and Savannah Jaquish, who was at second, is back over at 3rd base. She's had an excellent year defensively. We've seen her at second, we've seen her at 3rd, a little bit behind the plate as well.
I really have gotten to know Jaquish a bit, and I just love her versatility. She can, I love players that can play multiple positions and play them well, and she's one of them.
Was a 4-time All-American at LSU from 2014 to 2017. The single season and career RBI records still standing there. Delaney Wiz is aboard, and this could be Oklahoma City's moment. 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Don't forget, Sunday on ESPN, the NWSL season rolls on. The Seattle Reign take on the Portland Thorns at 4 Eastern. You can catch it live on ESPN or stream it on the ESPN app.
You may see a bunt attempt here. That would make a lot of sense, putting the tying run at second. But I know they don't like to bunt a lot in this league. They like to sling it, but Amari might be the right person for it.
Fouls that back. Kind of showed the bunt on the first pitch, swinging away at the second one, and now down 0-2. Amber Flores told us that the speed is not necessarily what they're focused on. They've got some big bats, and they want to give them as many opportunities as possible. But there is Corrick painting the corner, and it's strikeout number 3 for her, a crucial out here in the 4th.
Still big opportunity here.
Sid Sherrill swinging first pitch and fouls it away. Very familiar with this field that they are playing on this year. We are at Tom Heath Field. It's the home of the Division II program for Oklahoma Christian University. They went 43-16 this year. Sydney Sherrill, an assistant coach for this program.
I like that Sydney came back to Oklahoma and brought her talent to the coaching pool. So they're very lucky to have her here. She's very knowledgeable.
Just out in front of that, foul down the right field line, falls behind 1-2. Sid Sherrill, a native of Moore, Oklahoma, played her college ball at Florida State, was a freshman on that national championship team, and starting to heat up a little bit over these last 5 games.
I tried to get her. But it's also fun to see some Oklahoma kids go out and really have great careers, even if it's not at OU. Still enjoy watching.
Do you have a list of the ones that got away?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I don't write it down. I have it in my head. A lot of them are playing on this field.
That's right, yeah. Inside, 3-2 count. Alongside Patty Gasso, I'm Chucky Kempf. Big weekend in the booth. Patty will be back in a couple days for Game 3 of this series. Lonnie Alameda, the Florida State head coach who coached Sydney in college, will be here for Game 2 of the series alongside Eric Collins. Another foul ball from Sid Sherrill. Great battle here with Coric. Just kind of one of those at-bats that you circle in the game that think, well, this could be the moment. One way or another, it's such a big opportunity. Coric and Sherrill battling so hard with 1 out and 2 on.
Yeah, she's fighting for it. Big pitch here.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Popped up in foul territory, long run. Jaquish lays out but won't get there.
Keep fighting. She's still fighting for it with runners. Well, at least one in scoring position. This is 3-2 count. Can change everything here.
Slow roller. It's almost like a bunt for a hit, and Sherrill will load the bases. She'll take it.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be lucky.
That bounced off the plate, actually, off the bat of Sherrill.
Well, Coric is kind of blaming herself. There's no play there. There's nothing she could do about it. Just found an opening.
Cindy Ball Malone, the head coach at UCF, had a great year this year. Went to Super Regionals, actually lost at UCLA to her general manager of this team, Lisa Fernandez, who's been on staff there forever.
Talking with Cindy Ball, she shared with us her relationship with Lisa Fernandez, and it has a lot to do with walking. And she talked about how they would just walk for an hour or more, and not even realize how far they're walking just because they're talking. And in my notes, I underlined the standard is the standard, and that sounds like Lisa Fernandez. That sounds like Cindy Ball. So they have great faith in this Talon team.
Huge opportunity for Jessie Warren with the bases loaded and just 1 out here in the 4th. That was one of the things I mentioned earlier with just 2 years of existence for Utah, but this is such a well-oiled machine that Lisa Fernandez put together. New head coach this year, but the same results. You feel like you get to that point as a program, not that you can settle down, but when you bring people in, there's a lot of new players on this Utah team, that they understand what the expectation is a little bit more than they did 20 years ago?
I think so. When you have Lisa Fernandez telling you what the standard is, you're going to listen. So
0-2 to Warren. Back to Coric, who will come home with it. There is no play at first. So now the base is loaded with 2 outs.
Tough at bat there. Still on bases loaded. Big opportunity for Bubba to get the spark a little bit closer here.
Bubba takes the first pitch high for ball 1. She had a really hot start to the year, 5-game hit streak, almost right out of the gates. Had 2 home runs in the first 4 games of the season, but hasn't homered since. Coric going inside. We've seen that a lot to these right-handed hitters.
She's mixing speeds really well. You can see the Spark team a little bit off balance, and you just got to be sitting one or the other.
Inside again, bouncer to Flippin, who goes to second for the force out, and Georgina Coric strands the bases loaded after back-to-back reach to start the inning. Still just 1 run across for OKC. How about last Wednesday? Maybe the at-bat of the season. Jada Coleman, they were down 2. This is a grand slam, an unbelievable reaction. You see the crowd there in Utah, incredible, but one of the standout moments of the year. You got to coach Jada at Oklahoma. You've seen a lot of these types of moments from her, but when you see that, what stands out?
Just her emotion. A similar College World Series, us against Florida. Jada comes up with a chance to put us in the national championship game, and Alyssa Brito did a little prayer over Jada, comes up and walks it off. Same reaction. Pretty unbelievable. Like, she can do things that you're just unconventional sometimes. You just can't believe that she's pulling it off. She's made that way.
She's got one of the most iconic moments, a couple of them at the Women's College World Series, that catch that she made robbing the home run. Here's Jessie Warren in foul territory, couldn't haul it in. Cindy Ball Malone actually got to coach Jada on the U19 USA team back when Jada was just 16 years old, and she said she remembered her telling her when they got going that, oh, I'll go play shortstop. And Cindy said, I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You're left-handed. And she said she actually played a little middle infield for them on that team and was excellent. Nice reactions from Maya Johnson, and there's one out as she retires Andrews. Did she beg you to play a little shortstop at Oklahoma?
She did. She said, well, I have, when I was recruiting her, when she was in 8th grade at that time, she said, I'm a left-handed shortstop, and I said, you got to win the position. And that was it. And you know what? She could have. The problem was when she has to kind of go up the middle or the back. Like, it's very unconventional, but her body moves in ways she could be an All-American college shortstop. But I like her robbing home runs even better, so I'd take her in center any day.
Part of the senior class that won 4 straight at Oklahoma. Coleman pops this up, and that is going to get out of play.
You know, Cindy Ball talked a little bit about Jada, like, learning how to respond to failure, and she has really become an adult and matured and grown, and she'll call timeouts when needed and kind of check herself always. But she's a big mental health advocate, and
into left field, McKinney goes back and makes the catch. It's interesting you mentioned the calling timeout. Part of that grand slam and the great story behind it was she got behind in the count early. She called timeout and went over to Cindy Ball Malone, and she said that Jada wanted to change her approach in that at bat, said that trying to do something against her, and Cindy said, no, you're good enough to beat that. And of course, the end result was a grand slam that essentially won them that game.
The reaction was amazing, and that Jada plays the game with a lot of heart and emotion.
Now Jadlyn Alchin at the plate, 2 outs, nobody on, 0-1 count. Great game 1 pitching matchup, Maya Johnson and Georgina Korick, and they have not disappointed so far. 3-1 game in the top of the 5th.
What we've heard about Alchin is routine-based, always at optional hitting. Defense is important to her. All the little things of the game, she puts every piece of effort into, and really good at using all parts, all fields, and really a complete player. So she's a name that's really stood out in the pro league.
So interesting watching Jadlyn Alchin the last 2 years. She was a really good college player, started at Washington, finished at UCLA, but her numbers as a pro have been even better. Now she's one of the best players in this league, one of the best and most consistent hitters for the Talons.
And that's saying something, because the Talons are loaded with hitters, just like the Sparks. So sometimes these guys get into the pro league and they just learn something new about themselves.
Alchin, little check swing and an easy one for Jessie Warren at third. Maya Johnson goes 1-2-3 in the inning. OKC coming up in just a moment. Maya Brady due up second this inning for Oklahoma City. We've already seen her homer tonight. She was a Three-time first-team All-American at UCLA, the two-time Pac-12 Player of the Year, played center field early in her career, then shortstop, now at the pro level, and I'm assuming at the international level will be in the outfield for you.
I think she's got a good chance.
Just an incredible athlete. She will be due up second behind Sarah Gordon. Missed a few games and came back and hasn't missed a beat. Hasn't hit in every game since returning. Amber Flores talked even before she came back, the impact she had on the dugout just as a leader, and then when she's come back, she hasn't been in center field yet, but the confidence boost that has given this team just to have her back in the lineup, I'm sure it feels good as one of her teammates knowing that at least twice a game she's probably going to be on base.
Oh, absolutely. And she is a good leader as well. She's come down to Norman to work out with us a little bit. She's really become that pro. I keep saying the word pro. She understands what she needs to be an elite athlete.
Amber Flores said her skill set and talent speaks for herself, said it just comes off the bat different. She moves different. Said she's a natural born leader. Sometimes you can get pushed into that as a star with that level of talent, but said she does it with ease.
Yeah, she definitely owns it and just has a very fun personality with it as well.
Getting plenty of pitches to see here with Sarah Gordon leading off. Gordon down the left side. So the interesting connection I mentioned, Gordon with the Talons early in the year. The first start of the season for Georgina Korick was a complete game 8-inning win over Carolina with Sarah Gordon behind the plate catching her. So a couple weeks later, here she is, leading off an inning in a somewhat of a must-win for Oklahoma City. Gordon blasts this to left, but foul.
There's definitely a battle here, and both know enough about each other, I'm sure. So we'll see who wins out.
And certainly Charlize Palacios behind the plate was helping Gordon a ton and managing this veteran staff. And Charlize and Georgina win the battle with Sarah Gordon. There is one out.
Good call, good pitch right there to end that at bat.
Just filthy from Georgina Korick. And now to Brady, who takes strike one. Has a hit in 13 of 14 games played. The one she didn't, she only had one at bat in because she left that game early for going on the 7-day injured list.
It just seems like Korick is up 0-2, 1-2 constantly. These guys are getting their swings off, but just foul, either a little late or a little early, but Korick's just doing a great job mixing pitches, mixing locations. That was one of the things we heard is pinpoint, and she's showing that.
12 of 19 batters have seen a first pitch strike, but to your point, it does seem like every time she gets that first pitch strike, she usually backs it up with a second pitch strike as well.
Just a lot of foul balls by the Spark tonight.
Up and in. That is over to first. Woolery couldn't handle it, and Brady looks like she's moving really well, which is a great sign for her potentially being back in center field soon. She reaches first with just one out.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to run for her, so that's a good sign as well. This could be a big moment here with Sid up and Maya on first. Big opportunity for the Spark.
That'll go down as an error on Jordan Woolery over at first base. Sid Romero swinging first pitch. That got Palacios in the mask pretty cleanly. Just barely foul tipped.
That's a position that sometimes I wish I grew up playing. But then when I see how many bruises Kendall Wells has on her leg, I'm like, yeah, no, not for me.
Yeah, that play right there is not a good advertisement for young catchers.
But you're tough. Catchers are tough. They got to be tough. They're the leaders as well. So it seems like they always come back, no matter what.
All smiles from Charlize. 0-1 count to Sydney Romero. Seems like Sydney just keeps hitting. Every time she comes to the plate, you expect her to do something big. So 0 for 2 tonight feels like a big surprise after the tear she's been on all year. She started the season 1 for 11. Since then, 21 for 46 at the plate. That's it right there. Finding another gear. Romero to left on cue. Sid Romero does it again. Her 6th of the season and the most important one yet because it ties this game. You know, Corrick has been phenomenal. Going in, going out, throwing off speed, change-ups. Sid was waiting for the inside, and you could see that. And her hands are so quick to the ball. If she can connect, it goes. She's showing how she can do that. She was looking for that. 75 miles per hour off the bat. She had a 4-game stretch last week where she just was going crazy at the plate, and her hits were averaging over 71 miles per hour off the bat. Yeah. We've seen them as high as 77. I've taught her all of that. So that's right. Thank me. That's right. Yeah. Well, I think we all felt for Sid last year because when the AUSL was in its touring model, there were no home sites, but one of the stops was in Norman at Love's Field. And, of course, you joined us in the booth last year. And Sid Romero, right before that series, picked up an injury and wasn't able to play. She was so excited to play on the field at Love's, which she didn't get to play on as a player. Then she wanted to play in front of you, of course, too. Missed those games, and then it kind of came full circle when Oklahoma City called her name, and here she is having one of her best professional years ever. Yeah, I really have a great connection with Sid. And we were trying to get together, but I'm out recruiting while she gets to play softball. So hoping that we get together before the end of the weekend and just catch up on everything. But I'm really proud of her and all of the Sooners out there and these USA softball athletes that are just putting it out. Corrick trying to bounce back against Sydney McKinney. Just one out, McKinney is aboard. Saturday on ABC, the New York Liberty head to Minnesota to take on the Lynx. WNBA Countdown kicks things off at 12:30 Eastern, followed by the game at 1. You can catch it all on the ESPN app. Any basketball in your past? Were you? I loved basketball, but my knees were so messed up when I was young that I really, you know what I was really good at? And it way back then, flag football. Okay. If there was flag football, I would be in it. And it, believe it or not, right, it's in the Olympics. Flag football. I was going to say, men and women. This is the time to be a flag football player right now. I always miss those windows. But speaking of window, this is a great time right now for Wiz. I think Corrick might be a little bit unsettled with the fact of Sid turning on that inside pitch. He's still trying to work those corners, just going a little bit too far. Still a good outing for Corrick, but they have made her work for it. That was her 97th pitch, and we're not through 5 innings yet. This is a dangerous part in the order. Delaney Wiz, the cleanup hitter. Only 4 hits allowed for Corrick, but 2 big swings, a solo shot from Brady and a 2-run shot from Sydney Romero. And remember, Maya Brady reached on that error right before Romero came up. Big pitch here. 3-2 pitch, 99th of the night for Corrick. Wiz fighting off the inside pitch. See the out distribution, good balance, 5 flyouts, 4 groundouts, 4 strikeouts. Inside ball 4.
Good at bat by Wiz. I could see her taking her breath in between pitches and getting herself settled and locked in, which I really loved. Might be a good time for a timeout. There it is.
Cindy Ball Malone walking out of the dugout. They do have some action in their bullpen. We'll see if they go there now or wait for just a minute. It's going to be Amari Harper coming to the plate, the rookie out of Oregon. That's Megan Faramo and Dallas Escobedo McGee in the pen. Now Taylor Tinsley going to step up as well on the left. For Oklahoma City, Utah's in a great spot. They're not quite a lock for the playoffs, but they're closing in on it quickly. For Oklahoma City, it's nearing must-win territory. How do you increase the sense of urgency without making it different than another game?
I'm calling upon toughness, and the will to win is what we're looking for here. So every pitch means something. And that's what hitters need to. Walks are as valuable as hits. If you can load up the bases, any way you can put runners in scoring position, that's how you're going to find ways to win.
Big spot for Amari Harper. Just hit her first career home last weekend. 7 RBIs on the year. That's inside and fouled off. And Corrick back to business, jumping ahead 0-2.
Good timeout, good reset for Corrick. This is going to be an important battle right here.
Harper with some good discipline, letting that pitch go for ball 1. Really is a fantastic crowd tonight. It's a big game for Oklahoma City. Their home games are winding down. This weekend is the final home series against Utah. Harper into an awkward spot. Long run. Coleman's not going to get there. She does go to second, and they get Wiz, who immediately taps her ears, and Amber Flores comes out. The universal signal for a review.
That's Jada Coleman for you, throwing that ball on the run. Pop-up slide would have helped, but you're just not expecting the center fielder to pick it up and throw it on the run the way she did.
This is a big call here. Let's take a look. As long as that toe is on the bag, I think she's safe.
Yeah, looks like it. But what a play by Jada Coleman.
That's that shortstop arm right there, making that play on the move. We were just talking about it.
She can turn herself into a shortstop anywhere on the field, really.
So we await the call. If this is reversed, which it looks like Wiz got in there safely, it's going to be bases loaded with just 1 out, and Sydney Sherrill coming to the plate.
Sherrill hit the ball hard last at bat through that 5-6 holer towards third base. I just looking for a hard hit ball through the infield. Just piece it together here. Are you right, Chucky? Are you right? You have this call right?
Let's see. I don't know. I feel pretty confidently about this. It felt pretty clear as long as the toe was in there. Here we go. Wow. The ruling on the field stands, and I wonder if they don't have a conclusive look at that.
Sometimes that's what's hard about when you ask for a review, is you don't always get the proper angles, camera angles. That's a tough blow right there. But still, Sydney Sherrill can get this done.
Pops it up on the first pitch, flipping going out, called off by Alchin, and it's a big break there for Utah as Corrick strands a pair, but 2 runs do come across, and we are all tied up after 5 in OKC. Bree Ellis, what a character. She is due up in this inning, mic'd up tonight for us. Has had an incredible second professional season. Utah and Oklahoma City tied at 3 apiece. So that was really interesting. Cindy Ball Malone said when they got together at spring training, she kind of did a speed dating type of deal with all the players and asked Bri Ellis, what do I need to know about you? And Bri said, when I get quiet, that's when I get in my head. So Cindy said she's very aware of when Bri Ellis might be a little bit quiet off on her own in the dugout, and a lot of times she'll go approach her at that time.
I think that's probably pretty similar for all athletes when they kind of get quiet and set themselves away from everybody else. Yeah, that's what I had listed here. It's just, she also said something about Minions, right?
They've got all these traditions surrounding the Minions movies as Jordan Woolery tags this to right center, but Nichols Camarena over for the first out. Coming up Saturday, Carolina, Texas squaring off in AUSL action. First pitch is at 2 Eastern on ESPN. You can also stream it live on the ESPN app. Big series for the Blaze. They are currently on the outside looking in at the playoffs. 2.5 games back of Portland, who just beat them on back-to-back nights. They need to win that series against Texas.
Everybody clap your hands.
Kaylee Wyckoff is 0 for 1 with a sack bunt tonight. Top of the 6th inning here in Oklahoma City alongside the Oklahoma and U.S. Women's National Team head coach Patty Gasso. I'm Chucky Kemp. Big weekend in the booth. Lonnie Alameda and Patty Gasso are, I know you love this, that it's kind of branded the celebrity analysts. I know that you love that branding.
You don't know me.
That's right.
You're thinking, I think I love that. Oh, who's that handsome man right there? Who's he talking to? Hey, what's going on?
Your husband Jim in the building.
Yes.
We saw you guys last week with one of your granddaughters.
Yes, yes, it was fun.
Out into left field for McKinney. And there's 2 away quickly for Maya Johnson, who is retired 7 straight now. Went 1-2-3 in the 5th, trying to go 1-2-3 here in the 6th inning. The rookie just so impressive and relentless mentality in the circle, now facing Bri Ellis. Bri swings underneath that screwball outside, which has been a favored pitch for Maya Johnson against the right-handed batters this year.
Yeah, she's really had good setup, good calls.
Runs that one up and away for ball 1. Bri Ellis has had some very clutch swings, none more than the walk-off against Carlin Pickens in the final home game of the year for Utah last week. That is in there for strike 2. Ellis questioning the location of that pitch.
That's a tough spot right there, but Maya's doing a good job of working in and out on these hitters. She really falls off the mound. You can see that as well.
Always has the sunglasses on. Day or night, she will wear the sunglasses. Just part of the game day routine for Maya Johnson. And Bri Ellis takes strike 3 on the outside corner. Johnson has now retired 8 in a row. And that was strikeout number 3, trying to give them a spark as they go to the bottom of the 6th. Tie game and what is feeling like a must-win for Oklahoma City. Here's how we got here. Bottom of the 6th in Oklahoma City. 3-3, 4 hits apiece. Super even game tonight. And 4 total home runs, none bigger than the 2-run shot from Sydney Romero last inning to tie this game. Oklahoma City has had more opportunities. They've left 6 on base to just 2 for Utah. And they would love to take the lead and give Maya Johnson a chance to close it out in front of a fantastic crowd for one of the final 3 home games for Oklahoma City of this season. Jesse Warren takes strike 1 from Georgina Corrick. Back out there, regrouped nicely after the 2-run home run.
I like her opening up with that change-up, keeping hitters off balance. Another one.
Jesse Warren down 0-2 in the count.
That happened quick.
It's that 15-second pitch clock you love so much.
This game is going by fast.
Cork works so fast, too. She threw that with about 6 on the clock.
She just does a good job of setting up hitters.
Cindy Ball Malone, that has been one of her favorite parts of this, is getting to work with the pitchers. She talked about the pitcher meetings that they have and said she kind of just sits back, and occasionally they'll look at her and she'll say, oh, is it my turn to talk now? You guys need something? And she said that in a loving way. She's really enjoyed it. And
I think there's nothing better, honestly, than to watch your team take over without you. That means you're doing a good job of teaching and they're listening, and now they're showing you they can do it without you. And I think that's one of the greatest compliments a coach could get.
she's built a great program in Orlando at UCF. Now getting the opportunity at the professional level. She is all softball all year. Bubba Nichols-Camarena rips one through the left side, and the potential go-ahead run is on base.
Bubba came out that hard looking for that inside pitch. Took it through the left side hard. It's a little over the plate, enough for her to get around it.
This is a big at bat. With Bubba on first, Sarah Gordon at the plate, and Maya Brady on deck. So they will try and sacrifice Bubba over, but that is foul.
And sacrifice is legal in the pro league.
Yeah, well, you just don't see them. That's right.
Not many stolen bases or sacrifice bunts from what I saw in the stats.
It's interesting with one out to do this, but it just shows you the confidence Amber Flores has in number 7 standing on deck.
Well, you got that top of the lineup that can get, you just really got to get somebody in scoring position. 1-1,
Gordon, after trying to bunt the first pitch, now into swing away mode and falls behind 1-2. You thought you were going to see some situational hitting tonight, but
yes, no. Everybody likes to swing. Tough pitch right there.
That changeup at 55 miles per hour. Then she'll run it up to about 68, 69. 2-2. Gordon this time stays with it into right field. And she gets one back on her former team. 1 for 3 on the night. None bigger than that swing there to bring up Maya Brady.
Much needed, much needed. With the game on the line, runners in scoring position, you're handing the bat to your best hitter. It's exactly what you're wanting and needing right now.
Maya Brady, 1 for 3 with a solo home run tonight. She also reached on an error and scored on that Sydney Romero 2-run home run. So Corrick with 2 on and 1 out. Can she survive Brady and Romero back to back? Brady pops it up, and that is a gift for Corrick and the Talons, and a rare non-productive out for Maya Brady.
It's that changeup. She threw 2 in a row. Just these guys are looking for something hard. You got to go one way or the other. If you're not set up for that, you got to take that pitch, stay in the count.
2 outs for Corrick, and hits the outside corner to Sydney Romero. And I think if you told Amber Flores, here's your situation, 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 6th in a tie game with Romero at the plate, she probably would have taken it. Sid Romero reaching at that. Leah Andrews coming in, and we are going to the 7th, all tied up in Oklahoma City. Georgina Corrick dancing out of a 1-out, 2-on jam to keep us tied at 3. Here we go, 7th inning, all tied up. and a lot to play for these two teams.
Absolutely. And they've got the hitters have to pick a side. Both pitchers are kind of working the same way, so you got to really commit to a plan.
What stood out about Coric getting out of that jam in the last inning with Charlize behind the plate?
Just change-ups and mixing speeds, and you know big hitters want to take big swings, so trying to keep them off balance.
Oklahoma City going to have to break some trends tonight. The Talons are 9-0 when they score first. They are 3-0 when they are tied after 6 innings.
Well, that's a tough stat to put out there right now.
It is just a team that knows how to win from a lot of different places. They've done it in a lot of different ways. It's the #1 pitching staff in the league, but the last 4 games they've hit .350 as a team, 13 extra base hits, and scored 5 runs per game.
It's a good time to get hot here, especially going into postseason.
To left field, McKinney going back and makes a nice catch. For somebody who's played a lot of infield, we've seen her at second, at third, at short a little bit as a pro, but she is a tremendous athlete showing off her range.
It was a good swing by Palacios. Really got a good piece of it. But McKinney has a good speed, had a good jump right from the start. That's a very athletic play. Helped potentially save the game.
Jaquish takes a big cut through that pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1 for Maya Johnson. Jaquish 0 for 2. Hannah Flippin on deck. 1-1.
Got to give a shout out to Jaquish a little bit. I don't know if people know much about her, but she can catch. She can play third. She's that athlete that plays a lot of positions pretty well, and I've been lucky to be able to witness that.
That is a filthy pitch. The changeup at 56 miles per hour. Jaquish now down 1-2 in the count. Had a slow start offensively, 0 for 15 in the first 5 games, but has since hit just a tick under 300. Trying to extend a 3-game hit streak right here. LSU went to 3 straight Women's College World Series when Savannah Jaquish was there. Jaquish out to right field, foul territory. Harper lays out but cannot bring it in. An incredible hustle though, kind of sliding into the fence. Ooh. Fully laid out. Grace Jenkins applauding that effort from her fellow rookie Amari Harper out and right. Another 2-2 from Johnson and another foul ball.
Love the effort in the outfield, especially in foul territory. You can dive anywhere in foul territory, you go for it.
Amari Harper, another one who has shown her versatility, both corner outfield spots. We've seen her at first base for Oklahoma City as well. That was a theme with some of the draft picks this year too. Some of these position players, if you have versatility, if you can play multiple positions, that seemed to be a hot commodity. There are only 16 player rosters.
That's really the same thing with USA softball, is kind of a priority from my side, is looking for athletes that can do a lot of things, be very versatile, very athletic. This is a good at bat by Jaquish.
3-2 from Johnson, 9th pitch. Jaquish to right center field. Bubba chasing, and it lands at the base of the wall. It's going to be a double for Savannah Jaquish. A relentless at-bat pays off and puts the go-ahead run at second.
She earned every bit of that. Fouling balls off, going with a pitch through the gap. That's clutch. That's what you're looking for. Looks like we might have a pitching change.
Maya Johnson She's taking her mask off, and it does look like that is the early indication somebody might be coming in out of the Oklahoma City bullpen. Waiting to see who this is. Jaquish on second. Hannah Flippen, who has already homered tonight, is due up next, which might have also helped encourage this move. And here comes another lefty, a little bit different look though, and the longtime veteran out of James Madison, Jalen Ford. So we'll step away while Ford gets ready. 1 out, 1 on, top of the 7th in a tie ball game. 6 1/3 for Maya Johnson tonight, the rookie out of Belmont. Did a really nice job holding the Talons to just 3 earned runs. She struck out 4, but she departs with the go-ahead run on second base, and Hannah Flippen coming to the plate. So in her place, it is an 11th year pro out of James Madison, Jalen Ford. She's been doing this a long time. Long time ago in 2016 was the 3rd overall pick in the NPF draft. She returns to the AUSL this year for the first time, and is in a big spot as she delivers strike 1 to Flippen.
I think it was a good change. It looked like Maya was starting to run out of gas just a little bit, and just change things up a little bit. Try to get out of the inning.
Jalen Ford's been a little bit up and down this year. She's had 6 outings before this one. 3 of them, 11 earned runs combined. The other 3 outings, 6 innings, 1 earned, and 9 strikeouts. Switches it up on Flippen with a little off speed at 55 miles per hour, and Hannah fouls it off.
Collegiately, I know that Ford was a superstar, so it's nice to see her continue in the league and come in this big moment.
Both Hannah and Jalen been playing for at least a decade at the pro level. Jalen for 11 years. Hannah now in her 10th professional season out of Utah. Two-two pitch. Flippen lifts this to right center. Harper going back. Jaquish tagging, and she is into third base, but there's 2 outs.
Move the runner, though. Move the runner. All it takes is a ball through the infield to put yourself ahead in this game. So, gotta love that from Flippen. Not exactly what she wanted, but moving the runner is very, very important here, even with 2 outs.
This is a tough out. Aaliyah Andrews, she is 0 for 2 tonight. She's reached in 4 straight games. She's reached in all but 3 games this season. That just has unbelievable speed. So anything on the infield, it's got to be a sense of urgency from these infielders to get her out.
Infield's in on this.
0-1, chops that off the plate and foul. And it's a big chance for Jalen Ford, who's got the big-time strikeout numbers, to get out of it right here and give the Spark a chance to win it.
Tough lefty-lefty matchup here.
0-2 from Ford.
It's a good battle by Andrews. Stay alive. Just find a way to get a ball through this infield. There's some holes up the middle, but Ford's pitching into our infield here.
And got her looking. Great spot from Jalen Ford, who is fired up, and that gives Oklahoma City a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Job done in relief from the veteran.
Clutch pitch, way to get in on. Look at the reaction of the Spark team. They know they have a chance to win this.
Busy weekend in the AUSL. 2 games tomorrow night, 7 Eastern on ESPNU. Carolina and Texas start off a 3-game series in Round Rock. And then Chicago, the hottest team in the league, taking on Portland. Game 2 of this one is actually coming your way Saturday at 8 Eastern on MLB.TV. First pitch is outside to Sid McKinney. Oklahoma City has a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 7th. And it feels like a very important moment for them that they do so, because if Utah comes up in extra innings, you'll have a runner on second base and the top of their order with Jada Coleman, who will start things off. McKinney grounds out and there's 1 away.
You're looking way ahead. I like that. But the spark is knowing this, what you're talking about. So what's important here is just find a way to get a base runner.
Delaney Wiz, a very dangerous hitter, coming up with 1 out and nobody on against Georgina Korick. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Korick making her 3rd start of the year, 5th appearance. She's gone the complete game in the first 2 starts. And that pitch count getting up there toward 125. Not going to matter much for the veteran. Just an absolute workhorse. And what a bounce back, too, from that 5th inning. She gave up the 2-run home run to Sid Romero. Ended up stranding 2 more runners on the base paths and hasn't given up a run since.
Oh, she's doing a great job. She's really locating well. You can see her just really hitting those corners.
0-2 inside to Wiz. Georgina Korick, a great example of some of these international teams that are well represented by college stars in the United States. Georgina having played at USF, now with Great Britain. Wiz back up the middle, a base hit. The game-winning run is aboard for Oklahoma City.
Great job by Wiz, not trying to swing too big. Just let Korick do the work, just get to the ball. Work it up the middle, that's all you need.
That sets the stage for Amari Harper. How does Oklahoma City play it with 1 out? Harper takes, and it's just outside ball 1.
What's nice about Wiz, looking at, she's been on quite a bit with base on balls, and then this clutch hit up the middle. Just find a way to move her in scoring position.
Of course, not a game-winning hit, but Delaney had 2 game winners last year, walk-off winners for Chicago. Now could be the winning run in this game. Harper takes and is ahead 2-1.
It's just so hard to know what Korick's going to throw. She goes up, she goes in, she goes out, she mixes speeds, but the pinpoint part of it is what makes her great.
And fooled Harper there, coming back inside to your point. It's 2-2.
What a great pitch. That's tough.
Harper into left field. Alchin comes in to make the catch, and there's 2 outs.
Almost looked like that was going to fall, but Alchin got a good jump on it. Looked like she was a little bit shallow as well.
Quick transfer of information there from Amari Harper to Sydney Sherrill, who's the last chance in the 7th for OKC.
She's got Toby Keith as her walk-up song, so that could bring a little magic to the spark.
She's an Oklahoman at heart.
She takes her hacks, no doubt about it. Her swings are very forceful. Just squaring it up, it's the hardest part.
She was the doubles queen at Florida State, set their single season and career record in doubles. Set the ACC single season record in that unbelievable freshman year she had on that national championship team. 3-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time All-American. Last 4 games, Oklahoma City has scored 23 of their 28 runs with 2 outs. Coleman, it pops out of her glove and rolls away. Here comes Wiz to try to win it, and she scores! Sydney Sherrill walks it off for Oklahoma City.
Sender, sender, sender. That's what you got to do, even if you feel like it's too close of a place. Sender and great base running, clutch hitting.
Crowd loves it. They know how important this one was. It gets them to 8 wins, just a half game back of 4th place, and just 3 games out of a playoff spot in a massive game in their season. They'll have 2 more against Utah, a win in this series, and they're right in the mix.
Toby Keith came through.
Sydney Sherrill, all smiles, and she ripped it. It was an incredible effort in center field by Jada Coleman, too. Just hit so hard, popped out of Coleman's glove.